Herbs are little potions of magic, but if you're concerned about brain function, take a look at the benefits of rosemary. A pause now for the intro. Hi, Fee here, the Healthy Vegan author and creator of the Gold Card Vegan website and club. Now, a wee while ago, I talked about foods to help with dementia and Alzheimer's. So today, I want to add to that list and tell you about the herb rosemary. So Thomas More said, "As for rosemary, I let it run all over my garden walls, not only because my bees love it, but because it is the herb sacred to remembrance and to friendship, whence a sprig of it hath a dumb language." Now, I'm not overly sure what he meant by the last bit, dumb language, but the remembrance, I believe, is a nod to a healthy brain. This herb, along with oregano and thyme and basil and lavender, is very much a part of the Mediterranean family of herbs. And it's also an excellent source of iron, calcium, and vitamin B6. But it has other health benefits as well. So the word rosemary comes from the Latin words ros, meaning dew, and marinus, meaning sea. And if you put the two together, you get dew of the sea. In Greek mythology, it is said to have been draped around the goddess Aphrodite when she rose up out of the sea. Yeah, I somehow don't think my sprigs would drape very well at all because they're rather stiff. Okay, so moving away from mythology, but staying with the ancient Greeks, who were a pretty smart bunch of people, by the way, especially when it comes to health. And what they said about the herb rosemary was that it comforts the brain, sharpens understanding, restores lost memory, and awakens the mind. Now, they did say some other things, pretty cool things, in fact, about them as well. But this is the part that I want to hone in on. Those ancients who studied health and well-being understood that plants were like chemical factories that manufactured compounds which could, in fact, have neuroprotective benefits. Now, some say that even the smell of certain herbs has amazing benefits, and aromatherapy does cite rosemary for brain function. Now, I don't know enough about this modality to say whether or not this happens. I'll leave that up to those who've specialized in aromatherapy. But on a personal note, I must admit that I do love the smell, and whenever I'm in the garden, I'll pinch a bit off and kind of like rub it between my fingers and then take in the aroma. However, there now has been a study on the consumption, the eating of rosemary, and cognitive performance. 28 older men, the average age being 75, were tested in a randomized, placebo-controlled, double-blinded, repeated measures crossover study. I'll leave the link in the description. They were tested with 4 different doses of rosemary from 750 milligrams right up to 6,000 milligrams. The results were actually really interesting. It seems that the lower dose is the best. Half a teaspoon improved alertness, while the 4 teaspoon dose impaired alertness. I would surmise from the study that more is not necessarily better, rather less is optimum. This is another example of how herbs and spices are far more beneficial to our health than we give them credit for. You don't need to take high doses of herbal supplements or other medicinal tinctures. You just need to use them in your cooking. As for rosemary, the tests used powdered, which tells me that dried is perfectly fine. So I'll enjoy my rosemary bush when I'm out in the garden. We'll throw fresh sprigs into the pasture water It's a good trick. As I'm bringing it up to the boil, actually I add oregano and tarragon as well. But I'll add fresh rosemary with the roasted veggies. But the rest of the time, I'll reach for the dried. I always have it on hand. And it goes so well with grains and mushrooms, onions, peas, potatoes, and of course spinach. However, there is a word of caution. Very high doses may cause vomiting, coma, and pulmonary edema. But I doubt that you'll be eating that much. And as with other herbs and spices, find out if you can consume rosemary if you are on prescription drugs. Now, on a brighter note, some other possible benefits are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, as well as the leaves being antimicrobial, which can help in the healing of wounds. It may help your blood sugar, lower your blood sugar. It may protect your vision and eye health. And it may promote digestion and boost weight loss. There you go. Keep eating that whole food, plant-based meals and add your herbs and spices and keep healthy. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got something from this video, please share it and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, clicking the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And remember, have great food. Make it whole plant-based. Throw some herbs into it. And be compassionate to all animals, including humans. Bye for now.